Electrochemical principles of metallurgy. We use thermodynamic principles, that is Ellinkham's diagram, to find out a suitable reducing agent to reduce the metal oxide to its respective metal. Similarly, we can use electrochemical principles to find out the suitable reducing agent to reduce a particular metal oxide. We know standard Gibbs free energy change for a reaction delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught, where N is the number of electrons involved in the transaction, F is the Faraday's constant, E naught is the electrode potential of the redox couple. We know for a reaction to be spontaneous, delta G naught of that reaction should have a negative value. When the delta G naught will have a negative value? If E naught of that reaction is going to be a positive value, then only delta G naught will have a negative value. This makes us to understand a metal oxide can be reduced by a reducing agent only if the EMF of the net redox reaction is having a positive value. Using electrochemical series, we can find out a suitable reducing agent to reduce a metal oxide or metal ion. We know in the electrochemical series, as we move down the group, strength of reducing agent increases. Therefore, the elements which are there at the bottom of the series are good reducing agents. So, if you are going to ask whether copper or zinc is a better reducing agent, look at the position of copper and zinc. Zinc is at the bottom of the series. So, zinc will be a better reducing agent than copper. So, zinc can reduce cuprous ion since it is at the relatively lower position in the electrochemical series. Based on electrode potential values also we can prove zinc can reduce cuprous ion. EMF of that net redox reaction is found to be plus 0.01 volt. Since E naught is having a positive value, delta G naught of that redox reaction will have a negative value. So that reduction reaction is possible. In general, we can say a metal which is there at the bottom of the electrochemical series can reduce a metal ion which is there at the top of the electrochemical series. Or we can say a less reactive metal ion will be displaced or reduced by the more reactive metal ion when it is added to the solution. If you consider the reduction of highly reactive metal oxides by carbon, it is not thermodynamically feasible. Those metal oxides can be reduced to their respective metals only by using electrochemical methods. In this technique, we will use the metal salts in the fused form or in the solution form. And those metal ions will be reduced by using a suitable reducing agent or by electrolysis. In electrolysis, metal ions being positively charged ions, they will be moving towards negatively charged electrodes, that is cathode. And there they will gain electrons and they will get reduced. And we have to consider certain precautions when we are doing electrolysis. That is, we have to consider the reactivity of the metal produced and suitable materials are used as electrodes. Sometimes a flux is added for making the molten mass more conducting. Now let's discuss about the extraction of aluminium. Aluminium is a highly reactive metal. So it cannot be reduced using carbon. So it can be reduced only through electrolysis. The chief ore of aluminium is bauxite. The chemical formula of bauxite is Al2O3. This bauxite ore is concentrated using alkali leaching. We have learnt alkali leaching of bauxite ore under concentration of ores. Now let's discuss about electrochemical extraction of aluminium by Hall-Héroult process. In this method, electrolysis is carried out in the steel tank lined with carbon, which acts as a cathode, and the carbon blocks immersed in the electrolyte will act as a anode. The mixture of purified bauxite ore, that is aluminum oxide, mixed with cryolite or calcium fluoride is taken as a electrolyte. You may ask, what's the role of cryolite or calcium fluoride in the extraction of aluminium? To take pure aluminum oxide, it melts only at 2070 degrees Celsius. But when you are going to add little amount of cryolite to it, it will melt around 915 degrees Celsius. Similarly, calcium fluoride also reduces the melting point of aluminum oxide to 800 degrees Celsius. Thus, the role of cryolite or calcium fluoride is that it will reduce the melting point of the aluminum oxide and brings them to the molten state. So, it increases its conductivity. The chemical reactions involved in the electrolysis are as follows. The aluminum oxide, that is Al2O3, will ionize to give you aluminum 3 plus ions and oxide ions. Aluminum 3 plus ions being positively charged will move towards negatively charged electrode, that is cathode, and they will get reduced and becomes liquid aluminum. Oxide ions being negatively charged will move towards positively charged electrode, that is anode. Here carbon is acting as a anode. So oxygen liberated at anode reacts with the carbon of anode producing carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. This way, for each kg of aluminium produced, around 0.5 kg of carbon anode is burnt away. Thus, the purified molten aluminium will be formed at the bottom of the electrolytic cell. Now let's discuss about extraction of copper from low-grade copper ores. Copper is extracted by hydrometallurgy from low-grade copper ores. In this method, the low-grade copper ore will be dissolved in a suitable reagent. So only the pure ore will get dissolved in that reagent and the impurities will be left out. Then the solution containing Cu2 plus ion will be reduced using iron scrap or hydrogen to form metallic copper.